In this video I'm going to talk about which light is best for your photo shoot. Depending on what time of day you booked your photo shoot with your favorite photographer, the light situation definitely changes. If you've booked your photo shoot more during lunchtime or during the early afternoon, it would be best for the pictures if it's overcast. That doesn't mean you can't get really lovely pictures with the pure sun, but it's much easier for us photographers to work with overcast during that time of day. And that is because the sunlight is really harsh and it creates some unwanted shadows in our subject's faces. The nose is a really good example. It creates, for example, if the sun comes from here, the nose creates like a huge shadow in your face. And if it's overcast, there aren't any of those shadows. So when you shoot in harsh sunlight, the photographer needs to make sure that there are no weird shadows in your faces, and especially for me, as I'm shooting more candid and more during movement, it's much harder to get the shot I want. In the evening or in the morning, the sunlight isn't as high up and it creates a much softer, more warm light. It's that typical sunset, sunrise light that creates this amazing romantic glow, and I personally love it. Especially for a couple shoot, it's so beautiful. My favorite light though is actually just before the sun rises or just after the sun set. Because then you still have that amazing golden glow from the sun, but it's not that harsh light anymore. Harsh sunlight works the best when you're, for example, in an open space like a beach or on a field. When you're in a city, for example, you have these harsh shadows along the building sides, and yeah, it creates really dark and really bright areas in the picture, where when you have soft light, for example during overcast weather, everything, the whole scene in the picture is kind of lit more evenly, which creates more depth in the picture. I would recommend trying to book your photo shoot more towards the morning hours or towards the evening hours. Obviously, depending on the time of year, the time will change quite a bit. During autumn, which we have at the moment here in Scotland, the light is generally quite soft throughout the whole day. Yeah, an example is even during autumn, it's lunchtime here in Scotland at the moment, and you can see that the sun is quite low, but it still creates this really bright part on my hair, which is a bit distracting for the photograph. But again, if you can't do the morning or the evening and you're only free during lunchtime or early afternoon, you're still gonna get amazing pictures. It's just gonna be a bit more work for your photographer. Here are some examples of what it could look like. Bear in mind, it's autumn in Scotland and the light is generally quite soft. Imagine summertime would be even more intense, or if you would be in Australia, for example, it would be even more harsh light. This is the light coming from behind. You can see my face is quite dark and the background is overexposed. Here you can see on the other side the light's shining into my face and it's lighting up everything quite nicely. But the problem, as you can see, with the shadows of the nose distracting from the face. I hope this video gave you a little bit of an idea what us photographers have to work with when it comes to light. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye!